several high school football teams started their season well over a week ago. The majority of the teams in the area were in their first action of the 2014 season on Friday, including Boston English. After ending a 15-year Thanksgiving game drought and finishing the 2013 season at 7-4, Boston English comes into this season with high expectations. On Friday, English paid a visit to the 0-1 East Boston Jets at Sartori Stadium. Let's head there for highlights. Here you see the East Boston Jets looking to bounce back after last week's loss to Latin Academy. Jets on the opening drive looking pretty good. Kevin Sinatra to Justin Roman on that connection. Gets the Jets inside the 10-yard line on that opening drive. Then the Jets later on with a reverse to Tavon Nevins right there. He finds Paters. The Jets go up 6-0 there in the first quarter. Late in the second quarter now, less than 2 minutes to go in the half. English driving down the field. Stephen Dowdy on the bubble screen picks up 15 for English. Then on the very next play, it's quarterback Emmanuel Almonte on the quarterback keeper. He picks up 21 yards down the sideline on this play. Sets up English inside the 20. Now English at the goal line. It's Almonte punching it home there for the blue and blue as English also gets a two-point conversion. They were up 8-6 at the half. Opening kickoff of the third quarter. English sophomore Damone Marshall. Beautiful return here from Marshall as he brings it all the way down to the 17-yard line, 53-yard return. Huge boost there for English coming out in the third. Then just a couple of minutes later, it's Emmanuel Almonte finding Dowdy right near the pylon. He did not get in the end zone, but then English would later punch it in with running back Darius Voodoo Zing, and they would go up 14-6. Jets on their ensuing possession, Orlando Gray with the carry right there. He slashes into the end zone off the sweep for a touchdown. Brings Jets within two, 14-12. But English kept on rolling in the third. Right back to Dowdy they go. Almonte with the bullet over the middle to him. English gets down to the 10. Then on the very next play, Voodoo Zing up the middle with a tough run there. His second touchdown of the game as English goes up 20-12. Fourth quarter now. East Boston still driving, still trying to come back. They're fighting back as Sinatra finds Matt Toro down the sideline to the 34. Then it's Joel Pastrana with a tough run right here for the East Boston Jets. He shakes off a tackle, gets inside the 20-yard line. With 5 minutes left, though, it's Sinatra rolling to his left for East Boston, but Almonte picks him off in the end zone as English goes on to win 20-12. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores from Friday. Madison Park losing to Dorchester 34-20. Dorchester's Johnny Mims with 2 rushing touchdowns for the Bears. New Mission having their way with South Boston. They take them down 36-6. Stephen Thomas, 85 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. O'Brien having their way with Charlestown, winning 44-6. Phillip with 77 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. Meanwhile, Bright taking down Martha's Vineyard 28-13. Dexter Andrews, 300 yards rushing. Also on Friday, Latin Academy having their way with West Roxbury 32-6. Tian with 2 touchdowns for the Dragons. And then North Quincy taking down Boston Lat 35-12. Brown with 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 7 tackles. Also last week, girls soccer. South Boston taking down East Boston 2-1. Badgett with a game-winning goal. And Concord Carlisle blanks Boston Latin 5-0. Meg Wilson with her 3rd goal of the season. Then on Friday, boys soccer, O'Brien easily taking down Charlestown 7-1. Butsley with 3 goals and 2 assists. Fantastic game for him. East Boston beating Medford 4-1. Toro with a goal and 2 assists for the Eastie Jets. Then also on Friday, boys soccer as Burke and Madison Park tie 2 apiece. So the fall high school sports season is now in full swing. Make sure you get out to the fields to support our teams. That's going to do it for sports this week. Be sure to come right back here next week for more on Boston Neighborhood Sports.